gonna
it's
take
too
you
late.
down!
And the guys are there, and they're like, no. And it goes from the soft to like they're finagling it, and it goes through the back of the fridge, straight up. And like it comes
I'll send you into the great beyond.
I look at it, there's no damage, everything's fine. It was just sort of
I
rubbing.
cut you to pieces.
It's fine, but I'm so that's how it starts. And they get all the way to that
Time to breathe!
inside the house. And I look at the front of it, and it's like,
I'm your
it's not huge. Okay, maybe it's a 2-inch squish around dent.
So
But I look at it and I'm like, that's a dent. And the guy does that thing where he looks and he's like,
bask in the glory of the ultimate.
touch it. And I'm like, no, dude, that's a dent. It's clearly
I'll
a dent.
exterminate
He like
you.
licks his thumb and rubs it and it's like,
What are you staring at?
that'll pop out.
I'll give it my all and finish you off.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's what I meant. And finally I convince the dude. I'm like, it's a dent. And he's like, well, do you want us to install it or not? I'm like, no, I don't want a brand new refrigerator I just paid a shit ton of money for to have a dent on it. Like, I want a new one out of the box. I paid a lot of money for this fucking thing. And like, he does that thing that like, and I've totally been there. I've worked jobs like this. He doesn't give me that look. When I'm like, no, I don't, take it back. Like, I don't want to fix this. And he's like, okay, we can fix it. In a more respectful tone, he says whatever he says, but his eyes are saying that, you know? He looks right at me, and his head flops over, and he's just like, yeah, fine, we'll put it back on the truck. Thanks. And man, did they not give a fuck about that fridge once it was damaged. So, how it barely fit through the gate the first time, on the way out, they were just like, gosh, like, get it out! Fuck! Get out of here! Like, man, I thought they damaged my gate! Like, Jesus! And they got it out of there, and they were just like, we'll take it back, and they'll call you! And they drove off in a huff, and I thought that was that.
You and me,
Let me say,
let's
this is
go!
the end of Act 1. I wish they would have done it.
All power, Connie!
This is fortunate. Everything that occurred. But yeah, so they're
I'm gonna take you down.
Okay, that exchange is over, right? So there's a fallout thing that I still I can't understand how this happened. So maybe I wake up the next morning after that initial delivery where it was back. We live in Northern California, right?
Please,
let me 45 degrees. And we usually leave the heat on kind of low, so
Behold, a body with limitless power and immortality.
like completely unheated. Nothing at all. That's fine. I look at the thermostat.
Do you honestly think you can escape me?
No hot water at all.
Here I come.
None of the natural gas things in our house were working. Somehow our gas line had been damaged. And of course, right away, Mandy was like, well, those delivery guys, did they do something? And I was like, no, what would they have done? They were always wedging a big heavy fridge through a gate that was leaning up against our gas heater. What would they have done? And I'm looking around, I'm looking at the water heater, I'm looking at the HVAC system, like, man, that's so fucking weird. I'm trying to like relight the pilot light in the HVAC and I come back in and she's like, you should look at like the gate area. Like those guys had to have done something. And I went and I looked. And like it's not obviously damaged, and I smell there's no like gas leaking or whatever. It doesn't seem bad, but clearly it's not working. Apparently, in California, on a lot of gas meters, there's a safety precaution. You put something on there that's called an earthquake detector, and if it detects a rumble, if it detects a shaking, it shuts off the gas to the entire house. And I guess it's Thursday enough that two guys keep slamming a heavy wooden gate into it, and a 200-pound fridge into it was enough that it was like, nope, no more
Cool, point clarity. And this was the good team.
Yeah, they did a great job. I love
The
it.
true power.
All right, checking off my notes here. Got it. Okay.
So, and so finally we get off after like a day of me, I like called an HVAC company and said, I need to check out this. And they were like, okay. And I was like, what? I just told you we don't have natural gas. It's like 50 degrees outside. Like, can you hurry up a little? Does anyone, volunteer to give me a spot in line or something? She's like, no, we'll see you in a week. And I'm like, that was the best
No,
news I
from
had
this
until we figured out the whole thing.
Go through black.
I'm going to squash you like a bug.
Oh, hey, there's some flooding. Don't even worry, man. This is a whole saga.
Oh shit.
This was this morning?
Yes. Oh, my God. What's an idea?
Have a taste of this!
Okay, so this middle act is kind of quiet, right? So the natural gas thing happens, and then there's a whole week
like
where
you
every day I'm calling the store to be like, hey, you guys tried to deliver us a fridge and it was dented, and like we took it back. Like, when do we get the next one? Like, when do we get an idea? I spent an hour and 17 minutes on the phone to the store. I went back and looked because I was shocked, and I never spoke to a human a single time. I mean, it's Lowe's. I don't fucking care. We're not sponsored by Lowe's. It's Lowe's, right? It's like a big appliance, hardware, home improvement store. There's like 50 people, 20 people, however many that work there. I was calling a specific department where there's supposed to be a person. I called 11 times over the entire course of a day. Every time I had a spare 5 minutes, I'd call and be like, maybe I'll get someone now. And I didn't talk to a person the whole day. And their phone loop goes, you call an automated system, ask who you want to connect to. The phone rings in the department you call for a solid 5 minutes. Then you're connected back to the automated service, who just does the exact same shit and reconnects you to the same phone that rings for another 5 minutes.
I'm gonna take
And then
you
after you do
down!
that a third time, and when the phone stops ringing, it just it hangs up, and that's it.
Do you think they've got like a system in place where they saw who was calling? It's like the delivery guy put a note on your files. And it's like dented fridge guy. They're like, exactly that. And it was like you trying to call my
Super
phone,
Saiyan God!
a prescription.
Here I go!
Was that exact thing? Except plus they have this 5-minute long like COVID vaccine disclaimer that is at the beginning of every call. And I get it. Very important for people to know, and I get they probably have a lot of people calling like, when can I get it or where can I get it? Stuff like that, and the information all needs to be presented. But I just need to talk to my pharmacist about a prescription, and it's the same thing. Loop through to the pharmacy, it rings, goes back to the machine, it goes back to the car, rings 3 times, and then the same boop. I know that boop. Boop, boop, boop. Done. The same thing.
I get that, like, if you're not reaching someone, there has to be, like, an endpoint, and they don't just want you to infinitely. But, God, like, get an answering machine or something. Like, fuck. Seinfeld had an answering machine.
That's it. That's true.
How does Lowe's not have an answering machine? Even if you don't check it.
I always feel like people exaggerate